Hey everyone, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 25, Facets. This was a really good episode. It was actually a little too good for what it should have been, or what it could have been. Not too long ago, we saw the two-parter where it had Garrick, and it kind of explored his history a little bit, and they felt like they had too much, so they dragged it out to be 2 episodes. And I mentioned how I didn't really care for that episode because of that reason. Like, when you take, you have 45 minutes to work with. Now, if you have an hour of material, either you can just chop it up, but then it's not going to be great quality, or you could drag it out to do 2 episodes, but then you kind of get that same thing. This episode, I felt, was kind of the opposite. So this episode is about Jadzia Dax, going through the Juntar, is I think how they said that. It's the Trill Rite of Closure. And basically Dax has to meet all of her previous host, which she's the 7th in line. So it's like 6 or 7 different people. And it's interesting to kind of watch all these characters, and a Guardian comes in and he's the one that kind of takes the memories out. So like Kira becomes Dax's very first host, Leela, and then O'Brien is Tobin, Lita is Amani, which I thought Lita was kind of weird because Dax says, like, you guys are the people that are the closest to me. Okay, this is like the 2nd time we've seen Lita. Like, no disrespect to Chase Masterson, she goes on to be a great character, but at this point it's a little early for that. Quark has the great role of playing a female, the Endrid is I think what her name was, and then finally Bashir as Tarius. So like those 5 are just in and out, like poof, there's no real development. And then finally the last 2, where Sisko takes the role of Joran, which is the one that we found out the murderer of the Dax host from Equilibrium last season. And that was kind of an interesting one, just to see kind of Avery Brooks have that different acting approach. And then the main point, or the main character, I guess, from the previous ones is Odo takes the role of Curzon. And then we start to learn a lot about Curzon, because we've heard about him from the very first episode where he was best friends with Sisko. And Curzon doesn't want to go back. He wants to just live in Odo's body. And it turns out that there's some love interest going on between Curzon and Jadzia, and it's an interesting episode. But all of the others, I felt like they just kind of got ignored. Like, it was just so brief that you could have easily have taken this whole episode and just stretched it out to 2 and give everybody their own little scene. I thought it was great. And on top of all of this, there's a subplot, which usually the subplots are not that great, let's be honest, where Nog is interested in joining Starfleet. That's something that they've talked about several times now. And he takes the test to go to the academy, and he ends up failing it. But it turns out that Quark sabotaged the test, and you get to see Rom really come to his son's defense, where he's like, if you ever mess with my son's entrance exam again, I will burn your bar to the ground. And it's intense. It's really interesting. And like I said, if we can take the main plot and put that into 2 episodes, watching Nog apply to go to the academy could have easily have actually kind of gone into 2 episodes as well. So I feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity. But it is the end of the season, and there's a lot of changes coming down the road. So for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think about seeing all of the different Dax hosts? What did you guys think about Nog? And what do you guys think about us coming to the end of the 3rd season? So go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for the YouTube video or subscriptions. Thank you guys for watching the Golden Girls reviews. Thank you guys for the Doctor Who reviews. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you guys next time for the season finale, Adversary.